Well, basically we want to address the topic of MLearning and how it can be used as a learning and teaching tool at the University of the Southwest. So what we'll do is we'll show you what we have done up till now, what is happening in courses, and what sort of projects we have developed to be implemented from next year. Now basically, our 1 hour session will have these things. Just quickly discuss about the pedagogical shift and why we need this shift for the region, how we are trying to use MLearning at USP, and of course all the different projects which we have. Now when we look at the University of the Southwest, I guess all of us know that we have the campuses all isolated and geographically isolated in the area of 30 million square kilometers, which basically means that we have to package our services and products in such a way that we reach each and every doorstep of each and every household in the region. That's our commitment, that's the commitment of USP. Not only that, we have a lot of competition now. So we have to be the front runner. And of course, we have to promote our best way of learning. Which means we have to have a very strong DFL mode of delivery. We already have been working on DFL mode in the past decade, mostly into the print-based mode, isn't it? We have looked into print-based as a way of reaching our customers, I understand. But we have also faced lots and lots of difficulties in terms of pass rates, in terms of high completion rates or low completion rates. We have experienced all that. So what has happened, or what is required? A pedagogical shift. A shift not only from face-to-face to DFL, but also within DFL, a shift from print to other modes of delivery. And when we say other modes of delivery, well, we have to use ICT. The whole world is using ICT. I don't see any reason why we should not be using ICT. It's something within our reach. It's something where we can develop, and it's something which can make us reach to every student in the region. Well, USP has face-to-face, print-based, flex schools, blended modes, but now our focus is more into e-learning. You must have seen in the last couple of years we have tried to develop some courses fully online, and we are getting quite a lot of success in that as well. But then, it's quite restrictive in certain ways. Although it is still acknowledged as one of the best. Like I said, it is quite restrictive. If you look at what the previous presenter said, well, how about the other group of students, mature students, or non-traditional students? How do we service them? Well, there comes a new form in education, which is MLearning. MLearning has a number of flexible tools which we can use. I guess most of you know about this. But the only thing which probably is important for me to discuss here is people are asking, so what's the difference between e-learning and MLearning? There are too many learnings. Well, let me tell you, there's T-learning as well. Television-based learning. But what's the basic difference between these two? Well, there are four main differences. One is timing. MLearning can happen from anywhere, anytime. It's also accessing information. You access information whenever you want. You don't have to rote learn things. If you want to know about the advantages of having data, you can simply look at use your mobile to get the information done. You also have assessments. Assessment is one area where e-learning and MLearning are very, very different. For example, classroom assessments. Classroom assessments, which we will show you live after my talk. We can use classroom assessments using mobiles, and it has many advantages which you will see and experience live. Now moving on, how can I use MLearning? Again, these are some of the things which I have just listed out, and some of these are very related to us and to the region. While we discuss engaged learners, I think Para will agree with me that it's very difficult to get students from all over the region to engage with us on a same similar platform. But mobiles, we have seen already that students are fearless now to text us or to communicate with us using mobiles. This is another area which we want to get into, the mentoring, probably using our SLS staff in future. And of course, we're reaching a wider community of learners. Now, we did start using MLearning last year in the second semester. We used SMS alerts. We had piloted on 2 different courses, one mathematics and a IS course. And these were some of the feedback we got from students. They said it was timely notices, helpful, the reminders came at the right time. SMS I received create a sense of urgency to check the Moodle ASAP, for deadlines, etc. Helped me in pointing out important things on Moodle to read, which I would have missed otherwise. With that success, that success was not only from student comments, we also saw an increased submission rate of assignments. If you notice, if you keep on alerting your students, you find out that the submission rate of assignments goes up, as you can see. And not only that, the pass rates for these assignments also go up because they start to do work on their assignments quite early. So by the time they have their final product, it is of better quality. So after all that success, we came out with a lot of plans, a lot of ideas, and there it was this year, early this year, we formed the USP MLearning team, not Moodle. And we were very happy that the VC and his S&P approved 140,000. Thank you, Mr. Kelly, for that as well, for supporting us. And with all that, then we came out with our roadmap. Phase 0 is already done. This semester we are using the SMS services for 27 courses in the whole of USP. Should increase next year. Then phase 1 is creating our own gateway so that we don't have to depend on any mobile service providers. It will be our own. We are investing into that. MLearning applications. Now we have a number of MLearning applications and functionalities which the team will discuss, and they will show you live demos. You might even be able to use your mobiles to access information and respond to classroom assessments. By the way, we cannot get it free for you, so you will be charged 10 cents to send your text to us, but it will be analyzed at the same time and you will get your response. The winner gets an iPad, a picture of iPad. Now these things, we still haven't done much into that. It's development of courses so that you can use your mobiles to actually do the course, not only assessments and others. I really don't want to discuss a lot on this because people jump on my back when I talk about internal network, but this is something which I think is worth investing, and it will be ideal for the students to have this network, free for them. And smart classrooms, we have already started work on this, so you'll have a state-of-the-art smart classroom with all the functionalities. Well, let me now call upon Dinesh, and he'll go over the projects, and people will come in, the other group members will come in and do their live demos. Thank you.
Thank you, Vivia. Sirs, madams, and fellow colleagues, I think it's really a pleasure for you to introduce what exactly are we doing in the MLearning project at USP. Now, I understand that many were wondering, okay, this thing about MLearning is going on and on. What exactly, what kind of things, what kind of projects are we basically pursuing? So, if you were here in the last basis forum, we did make a presentation at that time on the implementation of the SMS broadcast system, which Vivia has already explained and has actually proven a success. In fact, the results of that SMS broadcast system has actually been presented in a number of conferences already, including the Spytech Symposium here at USP. One of the things that we have been using the SMS broadcast system, and I think Vivia, you have been using quite a lot, and that was to cancel your classes. 5 minutes before the class was on. Kidding. Now, given that success, the SMS broadcast system actually proved a very excellent test bed and a source of information that fed us into deciding on the new kinds of projects that we are basically going to do. And colleagues, this is the projects that basically we are pursuing at this point in time. 2 of them have already begun in internal implementation. So my job here basically would be to introduce you to these different projects one by one. And as we visit them, there's live demos for 3 of them as well. Including this, we did note that in the original MLearning baseline survey, we found out that the most common type of mobiles that students in USP, including the USP region, have is basic phones, phones which have the GSM and GPRS compatibility, the so-called 2G phones. Hence, most of the projects that we have listed here focus on the technology that 2G phones can handle. And this technology that we will be touching on is the SMS application of phones. Together with that, we will also show you some projects that targets smartphones as well. And there's a demo that we will show you as to how things work on smartphone as far as teaching and learning is concerned. Hence, the entire scope of the MLearning applications, there's actually 6 courses, 6 projects that we will be pursuing. Unfortunately, this is not displayed in any particular order, but I've just given you the project numbers. One of the projects is the USP student services via mobile phones. Now, in this project, our basic aim is to develop an SMS-based system. Now, you may ask, why an SMS-based system? It's simply because of the reason that surveys show that we have basic phones. Hence, SMS is something that is used widely by students and, of course, everyone who has a phone. So the basic aim is to mount essential student services on mobile phones. And the service that we have targeted here is to allow students to register for their preferred courses by sending SMS. Ladies and gentlemen, the current way of registering for courses at USP is using 2 different modes. Either student registers manually by coming to USP, or they do it online. Now, both these systems are working fine. I'm not saying that they are not working fine. But both these systems require students to be physically present. If they're doing manually, they have to be here on campus. And if they're doing it online, they need to have access to internet in order to do that. Now, what this project basically looks at is to allow students to register for their courses by sending an SMS. So what they would like to do is, after they have started on which courses they would like to do, is send an SMS to USP with their ID number. And of course, their ID number does not need to be displayed, they just need to have their phone numbers, their courses, and what the SMS system will do when it comes to USP, the student will be automatically enrolled in the course they wish to take. That's one of the projects. The second project is accessing the course database on mobile phones via both the application of SMS and web applications. Now, USP maintains an extensive database of courses. We usually refer to in mind, what the system will do is basically when students query information about the course via an SMS message, we will essentially show them the key things about the course. And these key things basically could include the delivery mode of the course, the prerequisites that the course requires, probably the lecture's name and the context where they can call them, and ask for further information like fees, when it is due or when this course will be offered. So the essential information about a course can be pushed as an SMS back to the students, giving them an opportunity to decide on whether they really wish to pursue that course or whether the time is right for them to pursue that course. Now the second part of this project, of course, will be the development of a mobile web application. This application will target smartphones, and what this will simply allow is to gather the same information by on smartphones using the internet browsing capabilities. So we will have that web browsing capabilities on smartphones where students will be able to gather the same information. Okay? But not the same, but more information than what they would get on smartphones. So this is the second project that we have jotted down. Third one is conducting online these quiz assessments via mobile phones. Now, we are all teachers, and at times we give students quizzes in our courses. Now, I understand there's two types or two modes or two different ways that we can organize this quiz. First way is in-class quizzes where the students are physically sitting, and we give them a quiz and they attempt it, and then at the end we simply collect their scripts, and then we have the counting task of one. The second way that we have been now organizing quizzes is online. We really use such Moodle extensively now in our courses. We can actually conduct our quizzes online. The advantages of that, of course, is the grading is done automatically. And of course, the analysis can be done really fast so that we can give feedback to the students as to whether they have gathered or answered the questions correctly or not. Now, what this system will do is, once again, targeting the SMS-based platform, is to develop a quiz assessment system. What this will basically allow us to do is let the students answer a quiz question by sending an SMS. And what that will do is, we'll go to Moodle once again. The platform that we will be targeting, of course, is Moodle. It will go to Moodle, which will be able to handle whether the answer for that student is correct or not, and give him or her an appropriate response. Once again, this advantage would be is that this is real time. Students will be able to know immediately whether their response is correct, while they have just answered their question by sending an SMS. And this is the part where we have you the first demonstration, which will be done by Vijay. So I'm going to ask him to come and give you a quick demo of this SMS quiz.
Okay, thank you, Dinesh, and very good afternoon to you all. Now, my part is basically to demonstrate how this quiz system is going to work through the SMS. Now, before I jump into the actual demo, like Dinesh has outlined, all of us teaching staff, we normally take our lectures and our tutorials, even our labs. So during these classes, we normally conduct spontaneous questions. We ask spontaneous questions and students normally respond, and we show them that this is the correct answer or not. So what we don't do there is record which student is doing what. Now this application will help us to have a proper record in place, and that can be integrated together with the Moodle gradebook. So that is one advantage, the major advantage that we are looking to have. Now basically this application, a brief background of this application. Have you all ever wondered when we have quizzes in our radio stations or even TV these days? They ask us to text answers to a particular line. Have you ever wondered how they collect the data and how they determine the winners. So if you are still wondering, this is the application that they are using. So you can stop wondering now. I'll show you that this is the application that they are using in order to determine and log in the winners and the losers. So in this case, it takes all the SMSs that are received and compiles it, also provides the analysis. So another advantage here is when we conduct spontaneous questions in our classes, we don't have to mark them. All the analysis, the marking, everything is done in this application. So that is one of the major advantages. Right, this application basically is known as media platform, and these are some of the functionalities that are there. Now initially when this application was developed, it had only one common goal, that was business, and the major attribute of course was profit. So what we are going to do is utilize this application and see how we can use it for our academic purposes. And one of the items that really appeals to us is services. In this we can construct our quiz questions, some of the simple quiz questions that we can create. Some of them we have already tried it out, and you can see the examples are there. And we have specially created one for this forum that you all will be participating. These are some of the quiz questions that we can create. Either we can have a vote. Now in the vote system, what we have is basically a yes, no. In this case, we can create a true or false question. We have a multiple choice question and a multiple choice limited entry. So there are a lot of options that are available within this, but the ones that appeal to us academically is the true and false, and mostly the multiple choice. And the other one is this one, the focus that we are trying to really get into, and how to integrate this into Moodle. So we have entry only, multiple questions. Now over here you can have several questions. At the same time, the students will be able to answer one question, and if they get it correct, then they will be presented with another question. And it can go on depending on the number of questions we coordinators want to have for that particular session. A single question, of course, you have just one question and you can determine the answer. Everything is done within this application. Now, if I go into detail of each of these, then we'll basically run out of time. So all this, I've already done it previously. So I'll just show you some of the events that we have already ran and some of the stats that are there for our benefit. Right, at the moment, this is the actual event that is running. We have one question for you all that you will have to respond to. But before I come to that, I'll show you some other functionalities that we are trying to extract from here. If you look at the past events that we have tried out, these were some of the events that we have been trying out over the past few days. And one of them was this one. I'll just show you how we can view the stats in this. So I'll just try and see if I have the stats here. Right, this is one way we can instantly see the statistics. This was a multiple choice question, and the only response by 4 people. We were just trying it out ourselves, so 4 of us responded, and all of our choice was A. So that's why you see the entire pie chart with A option. Now we can also view this with the actual bar chart. This is the way we can have it represented. So, and also now, if you want to see another step, is this: if we can download this into our Excel file and see which mobile number responded what. So if I click on this, this will give me only the list of the correct answers, and this one will give me the total, both the correct and the incorrect response. Right, this is the response. Like I said, only 4 of us responded to this question. The numbers are here, the mobile numbers and the time, and this is the response that we are getting. So analysis, everything is already done. The only thing we have to design is the question. That is the only thing we have to design. Now as you can see, with this there's only one drawback. That is what we are trying to work on in future. is to provide, create a link between the student ID and the mobile number so that it is easily integrated into the Moodle gradebook. That is our goal for next year. That is what we want to achieve. Right, now to the fun part. Right, this is the audience question, so please, you can respond now and I'll show you what your responses are with the stats that we have. The event is running, so you can use your mobile phones, and like Dr. Sharma said, it will cost you 10 cents. So please, you can get it reimbursed from Dr. Sharma later on, so don't worry about that. And this is what we are saying, that classroom assessment, live engagement of the student, how well they are participating in our class. So spontaneously we ask them questions. At the moment it's either, have you understood, yes, no. So now we will formalize it and we'll see actually who responded what. So from that we can gauge how many students are responding correctly and whether we have to reconduct that lecture so that more students understand or not. So these are some of the advantages that we can have from this. So please text in your answers, maybe another 2 minutes, then I'll stop this event and show the stats. 2, 3, and 4. And over here we have to be specific. 10 cents is gone, so I'm sure you are getting the responses now. Yes. Like I said, it will be reimbursed by Dr. Sharma, so don't worry about that. So text your answers to 3 and 4, please. So have you all responded?
You got your reply back?
Yes, and I've been congratulated.
All right, let me just show what were your responses.
iPad.
Right, I'll let Dinesh continue, and once this thing starts to work again, then I'll show you quickly the stats. So I'll hand it over to Dinesh. Thank you.
Don't worry, colleagues. We will, once we get back to the internet connection, we will show you how the results look like. I hope you still enjoyed post 75% of that demo. 25% is still left to get to that. We will continue with the other projects as we know that we've been pressed with time. The next project, of course, is accessing the internet on smartphone using USB Internet quota. This is a really ambitious project, and we are very excited with this. Once again, this project will target smartphone devices, or smart devices as we call them, which has the internet browsing capabilities, and not actually limiting all the projects to SMS based. So people who have got access to a smartphone do take advantage of this. Now what this system will basically do at this point in time is to allow students access to the current USB ISP through their mobile phones. So if you have a smartphone and you would like to go onto the internet, there are 2 ways basically we can do that at this point in time, and that is to go under the radar of the Wi-Fi range, and then you can connect to that Wi-Fi ISP in that particular region. Or we can hook up with the mobile provider's internet. Okay? In both these two cases, Wi-Fi range requires the person to be within the vicinity of the range, and accessing mobile providers' internet probably results as a costly exercise. So what this system basically is looking at is for USB students, when they need to browse the internet, what they could do is get onto the internet, but the amount of data, the bandwidth that they would be using would be charged through their USB internet quota. I hope you will know that all students have got an internet quota which they usually use up, and when that finishes, they top up their internet quota. So this system accesses the internet, and the charges that will be deducted for their internet use would be the one that USB charges them. Yeah, once again, like I said, this is a really exciting project that we have. Now, this project once again targets smartphones as well, and that is to enable most of our USB services on mobile phones. So, it will be done in two phases. First phase is, of course, to target the teaching and learning processes that are enabled through Moodle. So, we are going to look at how we can offer some of the essential services from the Moodle service or from the Moodle platform to be available on smartphone devices. As we develop more course content, they would be eventually pushed into this platform. However, for a start, we are going to look at how we can enable Moodle to be available on web-capable browsing smartphones, the homepage, the discussion forums, of course, the gradebook, and the profiles for students. The second phase, of course, will be an extension of the first, because once we get the system up and done and it works fine with Moodle, it is just simply a minor shift in the functionality, and then use or export that functionality to cover the other areas of USB administration services. For example, allowing students to search for books and probably to reserve books by using their mobile phones. And doing reservation, of course, student kiosks can also be available on mobile phones, and that could allow students to be informed about many things that are written in their administrative life, like their finance, meaning their grades, so on and so forth. So we have another live demo here by Arunesh, who will show you a demo of how Moodle actually looks like on a smart device.
So I'm connected to a iPad at the moment. Basically for the university for the committee. What I'm going to focus on about the mobile applications for smartphones. Basically focusing on Moodle, how we can actually view content and being able to give students that different learning experience when trying to basically upload their assignments or something like that. So basically a very brief demo on how students will be able to use a smartphone. Basically the reason I'm using an iPad is because it's the only thing I can connect to a projector. So I'll just go into the Moodle application. This Moodle application was not developed in-house. This is a mobile Moodle application developed by the Moodle group, the main Moodle group, which USP will adopt. And once we actually really go into content delivery through mobile phones. So I'll just log in to our Moodle. So this is basically the size of a mobile phone screen that basically gives you the login details. So every student will come in and basically type in the Moodle URL of USB, basically learn, and then the student username and password. So I'll just very quickly get that done. I'll just zoom in. We are just going to connect to our test site for Moodle 2.1. Basically, global connectivity works good. I am currently using the USB Wi-Fi. So if you connect to a SIM of anyone has a Apple phone, you'll be able to connect to this. So I'll just so this is logging in. Let's see if I can get the new. Okay. So this is basically the first page you get in when you see when you come to log into the mobile Moodle. Basically, it's actually called My Moodle, the application if you want to have a trial out. So basically, this is very skeletal project developed currently. So what we are going to do from this point on by the USP's in-house developers is to start developing our own customized projects, basically classroom assessments and gradebook applications. So I'll just go into upload, basically to show the functionalities there. So here you can actually take a picture, record an audio, basically I think languages department can use this. So as soon as you use this functionality, your So again, sorry. Let's see this works. Alright. So I can actually start recording. Well, in terms of students, they can do their audio and video assignments. And
You can record the sentence.
yeah, record attendance. See which students attending the class. Very eliminated. So basically, as soon as I record that, I'll send that, and this will basically connect directly to the Moodle site that I connected to initially, and progress done. So I'll go back and basically show where I'm going to upload it. So the web view basically shows me the actual Moodle site for this is basically what you'll see when you log in from a PC. So this is the site that I connected to from the mobile application. So I'll just log in using the student. That's student. Okay, so I'll just basically it's a good device I'm using here. Nice. Student 2. I'll just show exactly where my file is going to get uploaded. Okay, so I'm logged in at the moment. So in this version of Moodle, basically I'm also giving a very brief preview of our new version of Moodle that will be rolling out soon. So as a student logs in, the student accesses the files, uploads the files, it goes and directly stores into their my private files. And that's basically, that's the last video that I just recorded, that's the date, 23rd of September. So how do I use this? If I go into home and I go into my course, I basically go into upload a file. I mean, it's very simple how students normally upload a file. And I say, I'll choose a file from my private files and basically upload that. And that's done. And that's it basically. Student can directly be able to upload their assignments and just through the mobile app. So this is basically talking very limited components in the mobile Moodle. We have some other functionalities, participants in the course and all those, so we don't have any at this moment. Just now a demo students. And that's basically all about mobile Moodle. As I mentioned, we are going to start developing from this calendar in terms of getting our projects in the gradebook applications, which is going to be demonstrated next. And also in terms of content development for mobile, there's probably we'll get some content specialists. My colleagues in CFD perhaps better comment on that. So that's basically end of me. End of my presentation. I'll let Neil take over in terms of this. Sorry, I'll give it to Dinesh. Thank you.
We'll try to speed up. Thank you, Varnesh. Colleagues, I hope you would like that presentation. This is a demonstration of a smartphone, smart device for smart people, I think. Our next presentation, of course, is the SMS plugin for the Moodle Gradebook. If you are using Moodle Gradebook, this demonstration will show you how students can access their results, the gradebook results that lecturers upload, the marks for assignments and assessments, via sending an SMS message. Now, this service can also be extended to other stakeholders of the system, like parents. Parents sometimes are more interested in students, how their performance is, if they are basically lying at home, not disclosing what their 2 marks are. And of course, sponsors who may be interested in the performance of their scholarship recipients. So there's a lot of beneficiaries of the system, and I will let Rajneel quickly demonstrate to you what the system does and how the functionality of the system works.
Okay, I like to keep things simple, so I'll just give a brief architecture of what the system does. So this is basically the architecture of how the system works. So you have your form, and from that students will basically send an SMS request for the particular course that they want. and they'll get a gradebook entry, a reply as an SMS also. So the SMS goes to the application server that we have developed, that interacts with the Moodle gradebook database server that we have, retrieves the information, and then generates the SMS and sends it back to the student. So that's simply what the system does. So it's a fairly basic system, but this is the architecture. This basically is the engine that is going to drive most of our SMS-based applications. So for sending the SMS, we need to send it in a particular format so that our application can understand that this is the SMS that is requested and this what information is requested. So this is the structure for the SMS. You need to send in a code identifying what you are looking for, what the student ID is, what the course code is, and currently there is also a pin just to verify that the person who is requesting the information is the actual student. It's just like a password, so we have a pin. So an example could be, let's say a student wants to get a grade. So they'll send in a text such as grade, space, student 1 currently is the ID number. So student 1, space, and the course ID. So I have created a so this is a Moodle course that we are currently running that is using this system now. So it's called, the course currently is called the Gradebook SMS Demo 101. And so this is the gradebook in the course. So you've got currently 3 users, student 1, student 2, student 3. And those are the information that you see. For student 1, the left 1 mark is 4 marks, left 2 is 3 marks, left 3 hasn't been recorded yet, and there is an assignment 1 mark. So if you try to send in your, if you have a phone, I'm sure you have, and you just select one of the text from there, either grade, space 1, space GB101, send it to 9472888, you will get a reply, SMS reply, giving you the grade of the students, the marks of the students as an SMS. So if you type in one of those text, you should get, right, so I'm going to start off our application server, and that is going to now process, start receiving the SMS, retrieve the grade, and then send the SMS. So the server is started. Now if we receive any SMS, the server is going to pick that up, retrieve the information, and then send an SMS back. Right, again, this is the text message that you need to send, one of those 3. Yes, you need to type in grade, space, student 1, space, GB101. Not really. Any case, uppercase, lowercase, doesn't really matter. Right, so I think we've got some messages. So currently we received from SMS. So it was grade student 1 for course GB101, and the SMS was sent. So somebody should have received an SMS. So there's another one. So this just shows how the application server is going to work. So it's just going to be waiting there, waiting for any SMS that it receives, and based on the code, it is going to retrieve the appropriate information. In this case, this one is just implemented to process the. I think the application server crashed. Currently what we have developed this is I'm currently using my phone, and the phone is not supposed to be an application server. So that is where once we get the architecture, the infrastructure for the MLearning components. So currently we have the phone that is being used as the application server to send and receive the SMS. Once that is replaced with the actual commercial production SMS application, then it is going to handle as many requests as it can and then respond accordingly. So basically, that is how the SMS application currently works.
Thank you, Rajni. Finally, you may be wondering how this system is going to work given the architecture of USB and the region that it covers. Basically, this is what we have figured out as how the system would work. One question you may be coming up with is, how does this system will benefit our students in the region? And this is where the USB net comes in, where our applications, all our applications that we are seeing here will reside in our application center. The development of the gateway is after that the USB SMS center, which will basically link to the local service providers listed here as mobile service provider 1 and 2. We can basically list to more than one service provider depending on the kind of service we would like to use from their company. So that gives us the flexibility. As to how we proceed, the link to be maintained to regional campuses is via USB, using the USB hub at the regions, throwing all our requests to them via dedicated the satellite links, and then the regional service providers out there in the regions will simply connect to the gateway that would be installed there at the USB net, hence facilitating and removing the unnecessary cost of international tariff charges and all those things. Thank you, Divya.
Thank you, Dinesh, and thank you, Chief. Well, colleagues, I hope you enjoyed the details of MLearning, and as soon as our gateway is up and running, all these services will be provided to our students, and not only the students, I think the staff can benefit as well. Thank you very much.